NUMAC, 4-17 overall, 3-9 in the NUMAC, 2-9 in their home floor. Coast Guard, major improvement from last season, 12-8 record, currently in a three-way tie for fourth place in the NUMAC alongside Wheaton and Emerson, a record of 5-6 in the conference, 6-3 on the road, coming off their best victory this season against number 46 ranked Clark University. Jumper baseline, it's good. To begin for MIT by Spencer Lynn, the junior guard from Menlo Park, California. MIT rolling out their starting five today with Spencer Lynn, Will Bland, Isaac Doby, Tim Minakazi, and Merlin Gagolin. Missed shot quick up the floor by Coast Guard. Coast Guard's starting five with Declan Rooney, Mitch Shettles, Trevor Parks, Elijah Parent, and Cameron Brown. Second possession now for MIT. Doby at the wing. He's the top scorer this season, averaging 13.4 points per game. Bland outside to the corner. Doby takes the three, makes the three from downtown. What a start here for MIT. Isaac Doby letting it rain, 39.6% this season from three-point range. Got 13 games scoring in double figures for the leading scorer for the Engineers. Quick reach and follow picked up by MIT. First minute of action so far here. Inside the Rockwell cage is charged to Gagolin, the first-year guard from New York City. Luke Wagner checks onto the floor now in place of Tim Minakazi. He heads towards the bench in the first minute of action. Rooney drives inside the paint. Gives it out to the free throw circle. Brown off the up fake to the corner. Rooney. Rooney creates space. Deep two jumper missed off the mark. Rebound control by Doby. Big key in for this matchup for MIT is that they need to compete on the glass against Coast Guard. Coast Guard leading the NUMAC in defensive rebounds per game. MIT a minus 10 rebound margin this season, at the bottom of the NUMAC this season in rebound margin. Luke Wagner slides it across to his right to Will Bland, the first-year guard from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Bland crossover. Thought about a step back, makes the extra pass. The three taken. Missed off the mark, no good by Gagolin. Right back to MIT, though. Lynn came up short on his shot out of bounds. Massive improvement this season for Coast Guard. Last year, they had a record of 4-21. They went 2-12 in the NUMAC, finished in a tie for last place with MIT last season. This year, they're up to a 12-8 record, 5-6 in the NUMAC, currently in the tie for fourth place in the conference alongside Wheaton and Emerson. Coast Guard might be able to host a quarterfinal matchup in the first round for the NUMAC Conference Tournament if they keep it up. Jumper's good at the baseline. First points today for Coast Guard with Declan Rooney. Bland around the perimeter for MIT, off the screen set by Gagolin. Turns the corner, floats it up over the top, and a two-point shot at the rim. Good. Off the roll down by Merlin Gagolin. Nice pass right there by Will Bland with an assist. Great start for MIT so far, up by 5. Both of these teams have faced each other once so far this season. Coast Guard with a monster victory, 109-84 on their home floor in New London back on Tuesday, January 9th. That was a season high, 109 points in that matchup. Massive difference maker in that game was bench points in favor of Coast Guard, 39-16. Also, they shot the ball efficient as well. At the free throw line, 16 for 18. They'll have their first pair here. So Cameron Brown shooting two at the charity stripe for Coast Guard. First one, no good. That's been a key of emphasis for Coast Guard this season. It has been free throw struggles when it comes to generating free throws, only averaging around 13.3 free throw attempts per game. That is last in the NUMAC, making around 9.5 free throw attempts per game. They're strong from the perimeter this season, a top-tier scoring team ranking second in the conference. Free throw number 2 is good by Brown. Doby sends it off to Lynn at the top, moves it off free throw circle to Gagolin. Lob down low underneath, Doby up, no good, missed it, but he'll shoot 2. Almost there with an and one, very close. Off the back rim twice, couldn't drop down though. Mitch Shettles picks up his first personal foul. That's a big foul early on. Shettles the top scorer this season for Coast Guard, averaging 13.4 points per game. Doby, the same average, sinks the first free throw. He is the top scorer this season. 13 games in double figures. 4 straight games as well for Doby, breaking out lately in double figures. Very young MIT lineup they rolled out in this game. 4 first-year starters they usually go with. Minakazi got the start today, so it was three first-year starters, a sophomore and a junior with Lynn, who get the start in this matchup. Splash from the corner. Declan Rooney takes the three and makes it from downtown. It's a three-point game. Lynn lobs it off to Gogolin at the elbow. The lob down low, caught by Doby. Kick out corner, off to Lynn. He attacks inside the paint. Lynn draws the contact and the foul, and back to the line will go MIT. Great start here so far by MIT as they are attacking right out of the gate in this game. Mitch Shettles, deep foul trouble early for the leading scorer for Coast Guard this season. Picks up his second personal foul. First one is good at the free throw line. Spencer Lynn last season scored a game-winning basket with 3 seconds left to go against Coast Guard on February 4, 2023. He had 20 points in last year's meeting. Second free throw is good. Lynn leading the conference, averaging just under 36 minutes per game played this season. Parent forces up the jumper, skidded off the front rim, no good. Rebound control by Doby. MIT by 5, looking to add to it. Will Bland lobs it off again, free throw circle to Gogolin. And away from the basketball, Coast Guard charged with another foul. So that's on Parent, away from the ball inside the paint. That's now number 3 picked up as a team for Coast Guard so far for personal fouls. MIT will get the inbound. 106th all-time meeting today between MIT and Coast Guard. MIT leads the all-time series. 61 victories, 44 losses dating back to 1947. It's good from downtown by Isaac Doby. Putting it right through the shoot for the triple. Timeout taken on the floor by head coach Kevin Jaskowitz of Coast Guard. MIT, excellent start so far, leading 14-6 the first timeout. We take the timeout here, 16:02 left to go in the first half of action. We'll be back in a couple moments from now on MITathletics.com. Hot start so far for MIT as we welcome back inside the Rockwell cage here in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Sal Lopez today on the call on MITathletics.com. Isaac Doby already midway past his season average right now in scoring. He leads the way with 8 points single-handedly. More individual points by Doby than Coast Guard right now as a team. 4 points by Spencer Lynn, 2 by Merlin Gogolin for the Engineers. Declan Rooney with 5. Cameron Brown made a free throw with 1. Brown receives it, double team down low. Brown underneath, and a travel called on Brown. A turnover committed there for Coast Guard. MIT with a slow start this season, but they've started to get in the groove lately. Just 4 victories, 19 losses. They've gone on losing streaks, though, of 7 straight losses and 9 straight losses this season. An extremely young squad for the Engineers, trying to surpass the growing pains and looking to make this a building block to surge up and find a seed in the back half of the NEWMAC Conference tournament to make a push for it to get a tournament bid. And this will send Doby to the free throw line. And that's on Rooney, his first personal foul. It was on the shot motion by Doby, so Doby shooting 2. First one's good. If he makes the next one, he can already get into double figures here with 10 if he makes this free throw coming up. That's impressive because we're not even 5 minutes through the game so far. Rattles in. Isaac Doby, 10 points in the first 4.5 minutes of action here today. Ben Yagi at the left wing perimeter. Bounce pass top of the key. Luke Farrell, the sophomore guard from Ortley, New Jersey. Out to the wing off the Parents. Bounce pass down to the low block for Coast Guard as they pivot. Got it stripped. And MIT gets called on the reach-in foul. That's on Doby, his first personal foul. And this will be free throws here at the line. 2 shots First one's good by Luke Farrell. Shooting 77.4% this season at the free throw line. This is his 20th game played this season. Second one, no good. Bland takes it up the floor for MIT. Up by 9 currently for the Engineers. Bounce pass off to Gogolin. Sends it off the Lynn free throw circle. The lob down low, Bland. Fall away. Tough shot gets fouled. And back to the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. And Coast Guard right now, they are unhappy about the calls that they are getting on the defensive side of the floor. As we saw Elijah Parent, hands up in the air, wondering about the calls. We've got a lot of fouls so far. That's now the 5th as a team for Coast Guard in the first 5 minutes and 3 seconds. 2 shots by Bland. The first one comes off the rim short. Bland in his first season from Virginia Beach, Virginia. This is a very young MIT squad, a lot of bright future in the roster. They have 20 total players this season for the Engineers. Almost half of those players are first-year players, 9 out of the 20 being in their first season, then 6 sophomores, 3 juniors, 2 seniors on the roster. Make up the 20 total players for MIT. Top of the key with Farrell. Farrell, spin move, downhill, looking on the mismatch there with Lynn, and draws the contact from Lynn in the foul. So back to the free throw line will go Luke Farrell now for Coast Guard, down by 10. Farrell's career high was back on January 9th. In the first matchup against MIT, he dropped down 20. First free throw is good. 2 double-doubles by Farrell this season. He had 16 points, alongside a career high 13 rebounds against Springfield on January 11th. Another double-double of 10 points and 13 rebounds against Baruch College of New York on December 29th. Coast Guard impressive in a non-conference slate. They went 7-2 in non-conference games. They're also 7-2 in games determined by single digits this season. So they've learned how to win a lot of close games this season for Coast Guard. Got out to an excellent start this season for the Bears. 8-point game currently, and an offensive foul. MIT pushing off around the perimeter. This will go back to Coast Guard. That's charged to Doby, and he's in some deep foul trouble early on. The leading scorer with 10 points just picked up his second personal foul. So Doby will stay in the game with 2. He's on the floor with Lynn, Wagner, Gogolin, and Bland, the 5 in the court currently for MIT. Hand off to the top of the key, off to Jordan Frazier. Frazier, dribble drive, down the paint inside, no good off the glass. Rebound control by Doby. Doby so far, excellent game of the glass, just picked up his 4th rebound. Up the floor, past midcourt to Bland. Bland attacks, dribbles down the paint, right to the rim, no good. Missed the layup there as it got altered from the side by Coast Guard. Frazier, kick out to the wing. Bounce pass, couldn't corral it, turnover. In and out of the hands of Adrian Haran, the junior forward from St. Leonard, Maryland. And Coast Guard picks up their second turnover. One struggle for MIT has been the turnovers this season. They're averaging 16.6 turnovers per game. They had 14 against Babson in the loss on Wednesday. Oh, nice find down low. Huge rejection, but not clean. It's a blocking foul. 2 shots coming up with a free throw line by Merlin Gogolin as Coast Guard commits their 6th personal foul as a team at the rim. That is charged to Luke Farrell on his first personal foul. From the angle that I was watching it here, that looked pretty clean for a block by Farrell. But this will send Merlin Gogolin to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one missed off the back rim. 13 games this season for Gogolin, scoring at double figures. He's got 1 double-double. Career high 23 points against Coast Guard in the first matchup on January 9th. Also scored 23 against Emerson this season. Second free throw he makes. Picked up his first collegiate double for Gogolin against Fitchburg State on December 2nd. He had 10 points and 15 rebounds. 9-point lead here for MIT. Approaching 13.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Jumper, free throw circle, connects on it. Declan Rooney puts it through for 2 for Coast Guard. Lin finds Wagner on the outside. Gogolin. Bounce pass to the left wing into the hands of Doby. Doby out there with 2 personal fouls. Moves it off to Bland. Bland dribbles, drives, attacks, pro hop. Strong takedown low, but got called in the travel. So this will head right back over to Coast Guard there as Will Bland commits the traveling violation. Second turnover today for MIT. Rooney just scored the last bucket. Haran handoff. They'll take a 3 at the wing. Splash. That's good. Jordan Frazier down the middle takes it. He makes it from the perimeter. Frazier in his first season from Columbia, South Carolina, making a big impact this season for Coast Guard, averaging 8.5 points per game. Nice spin move down low. Targeting Adrian Haran, who picks up the blocking foul, and back to the free throw line will be Merlin Gogolin shooting 2. MIT attacking early on, frequent to get to the free throw line so far in this game. Right now the Engineers are 80% at the free throw line, 8 for 10 currently. Merlin Gogolin 1 for 2. Just attempted the previous 2 in the last trip to the line. First one here. Makes it. So a really slow start for MIT this season. They had losing streaks of 7 straight losses and 9 straight losses. One of the youngest teams in the country with 9 first-year players out of 20 total on the roster, plus 6 sophomores. But if there's one key here lately is that they have been surging in the right direction for MIT. They're 2-1 in their previous 3 games for the Engineers, and looking to use this as a building block onto the future. Nice pass there to the cutter. Declan Rudy makes the layup. Bland, handoff to Wagner around the perimeter, puts the ball into the hands of Doby. Straight line drive, dribbles up inside the paint. Triple teamed as he gets it back though. Gogolin outside to the corner. Bland crossover, traveled with it. So once again, another turnover by Will Bland in his first season from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Turnovers were an issue in the last game as well. He turned it over 6 times against Babson on Wednesday. He did tally in 4 assists in that game, but that's been a struggle this season for the Engineers, averaging around 16.6 turnovers per game. Their offense, though, has been pretty solid this season. 3rd in the NUMAC in offense, averaging 72.3 points per game. The strength for them has been perimeter shooting. Top 75 in the nation, 3rd in the conference. Brown off the pivot, no good off the glass. Rips the way, put back chance, no good. Tip to the corner. Coast Guard able to save it. Floating up the runner, it's good, but it's an offensive foul. They will not count it. Jordan Frazier commits the offensive foul as MIT takes the charge and will go back to the Engineers. 3 opportunities right there in that possession by Coast Guard, and they couldn't send it down. This has been much better defense here for MIT considering what happened in the last meeting from 1 month ago. A 109-84 victory at home for Coast Guard in New London on January 9th. Right now, Coast Guard limited to 16 points on the board with 11.5 left to go in the first half. Lin takes it, and he makes it from downtown. Spencer Lin saw an opening, able to knock it down from the perimeter, averaging 10 points per game, tied for the 3rd best scorer on the team this season. Season high 23 in the opener against UMass Dartmouth. Missed jumper. Wagner there for the defensive rebounds. MIT doing a solid job so far in the glass competing with Coast Guard. Bland slows down tempo, dribbles up inside, and Coast Guard commits the reach-in foul. So they are over the limit right now, and this will be 1-1 time for MIT in the bonus with Will Bland. Bland only a 59.7% free throw shooter, so he'll shoot in the 1-1 coming up. His career high was 1 week ago. 25 points against Salve, Virginia. That was on 8 for 10 shooting, 7 for 8 at the free throw line. So we've seen improvement lately on his free throws by Will Bland. First one gets the bounce here. Great game plan so far for MIT. by head coach Larry Anderson in his 29th season. The Engineers have attacked Coast Guard and get Coast Guard into quite a bit of foul trouble right from the start. Second free throw is good. Excellent start so far for the Engineers as Coast Guard burns a timeout on the floor right now. 25-16 to score. MIT frequent at the free throw line. They're 12 for 14 right now, shooting around 85% at the free throw line. As we take the timeout on the floor, we'll be back in a couple of moments on MITathletics.com. And welcome back inside the Rockwell Cage in the campus at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Sal Lopez today on the call on MITathletics.com. MIT coming out with an attacking game plan going at the Coast Guard defense, and right now it's working to get them to the free throw line frequently. 12 for 14 so far today at the free throw line. Isaac Doby, the top scorer for MIT, with 10 points. Perfect 2 for 2 from the floor, 2 for 2 coming from three-point range as well, with 4 free throws made out of 4 attempts at the charity stripe, alongside 4 rebounds at the moment for Doby. So he does have 2 personal fouls in the first half for Doby, but he's the leading scorer. 7 points by Spencer Lynn, making a 3. Merlin Gagolin with 5, Will Bland with 3. Coast Guard with 4 scores as well. Declan Rooney leading the way, 9 points for him on 4 for 5 shooting. 3 points each by Jordan Frazier and Luke Farrell. Cameron Brown with 1 at the free throw line. So far, Coast Guard in some deep foul trouble. 9 personal fouls committed by the Bears so far in this game. Across the court, goes into the hands to Yagi. Sidestep, takes the 3, missed off the mark, no good. Rebound, battle for it as we get a tie up here. Going down to the hardwood was Wyatt Mowry. As things getting a little chippy there between Mowry and Bryce Vanderweer, tied up with a basketball. This will stay Coast Guard possession. So right now, MIT with 6 personal fouls, Coast Guard with 9 as a team at the moment. And it's been an efficient start for MIT. 62.5% from the floor, limiting Coast Guard to just 41% shooting right now. This has been a great start for the Engineers considering their defensive struggles this season. They've had a lot of defensive issues off the inbound, catch and fire. Missed wide right off the 3 by Trevor Parks. He gets it back though. Parks drives, jumper, 14-footer straight away, drills it. Trevor Parks now the 5th different scorer for Coast Guard in this game. MIT's weakness this season has been the defense. They're in the bottom 15 in the nation, allowing opponents to average 85.3 points per game this season. A lot of defensive struggles with a young team. Nice move right to the bucket. That's good. Up and in by Will Bland with a made layup. Nifty move right there to the cup by Will Bland. He's got 5 now. Parent gives it off to Brown around the perimeter. Dribbles towards his left, hands it off to Rooney. Rooney at the top of the key, guarded by Lynn one-on-one. Rooney dribbles up to the left wing, makes the pass left corner off to Brown. Brown swings it out right wing. Here's a 3 on its way. Missed off the mark by Parks. Deflected on the bounce. Touched out by Vanderweer. MIT right now battling on the glass as they lead the rebound column at the moment here, 7-4. That's another key of emphasis for MIT. They're -10 in rebounding margin. Last in the NUMAC this season. Bland drove, got it stripped. Out of bounds, it will stay Engineers' possession now. They're bottom 10 in the nation in rebound margin, bottom 15 in the nation in total defense this season, and also last in the NUMAC in perimeter defense and rebounds per game. But right now for MIT, they're up on the glass +4. Gagolin off the pivot, slid it out to Lynn. Touch pass, left corner, Doby. over the cylinder, missed the three as Coast Guard came up with the ball with Brown. Almost lost a dribble there by Declan Rooney. Gave it out to the wing of the perimeter though. Yagi drives inside the paint. Kiss off the glass, scores up and in off the backboard for two. But a junior guard from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Ben Yagi with his first 2 points today as MIT turns it over. And Gagolin down low, unhappy about the calls. This will go right back to Coast Guard. So turnovers have been an issue so far for MIT. It's allowed the Coast Guard to creep back in this game. MIT just turned it over for the fourth time so far. Entry pass off to Rooney. Rooney inside the paint, stripped and fouled. Luke Wagner picks up the reach and foul. So now in the bonus, 1-1 at the free throw line for Declan Rooney. We've had 16 combined fouls so far in the first 11 minutes and 13 seconds, and Rooney misses the 1-1. Doby picks up his 5th rebounds. Doby's the top rebounder in the game so far. 5 rebounds by Doby, 7 as a team for Coast Guard. Off the ball fake, jumper, mid-range, rolled around the rim and out there by Blands. Good ball fake to create space, just couldn't be able to convert on the shot though. Brown pushes it to the outside. Yagi, jumper, deep two, around it out. MIT showing great defense so far this game. Flying on the glass, contesting shots, excellent matchup so far for the Engineers. Kick to the corner, Wagner, touch pass around the perimeter, they slide it around. Doby dribbles up, low block attacks, kick out corner, Wagner with a three. Off the rim, no good. Tipped over, and Coast Guard collects the rebound. Up the floor here with Parks. Pass off to the trailer. Huge rejection by Bland, but it's not clean. It's rolled a blocking foul. So 2 free throws coming up here once again at the line. As now we've seen 17 combined personal fouls. That's the 8th as a team for MIT in the first half. 9 by Coast Guard. First free throw, it is good by Ben Yagi, the junior guard from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Yagi now with 3 points today. As we have a substitution here, Will Bland will check out of the game. Number 10, Samuel Chen comes in for the first time today on the floor. Chen making his 22nd appearance this season, career high 12 points against Endicott. Both of the free throws good by Yagi. Yagi with 10 games scoring in double figures. Great free throw shooter this season, just under 79%. Doby drives inside the paint. Doby attacks the defense, and he'll head to the line, shoot too. Isaac Doby getting into a second half of the season rhythm for him as a late for Doby. What he has been doing, and he's been full attack mode in this game already with 10 total points for Doby, the top scorer. First free throw he makes. 5 games with at least 20 points for Doby. He had a career-high 37 points against Clark. On January 13th, he went 11 for 16 shooting, 5 for 8 from three-point range. That was tied for 12th most points in a single game in MIT program history by Doby. Makes both of the free throws. He's got 12. 7-point lead for MIT. They've held the lead for this entire game right from the start. Brown pressured around the perimeter, hands it off to Parks. Bounce pass Brown, guarded by Gagolin at the baseline. Up fake, spin move inside. Brown off the back rim, no good. Tipped off the bottom part of the rim. Gagolin with a rebound. And a loose ball foul picked up, charged the Coast Guard. A double bonus, 2 free throws coming up for MIT. Cameron Brown picks up his first personal foul now. What a difference the first half of this game makes compared to the last result when these two teams met up against each other back on January 9th in New London. Coast Guard won that game by 25. 109-84, and the first free throw is good. And MIT so far connecting on the majority of their free throws. Taking care of business so far in this game at the free throw line for the Engineers. They've got 4 victories this season. Their first one came in the season opener on the road at UMass Dartmouth, 88-81 on November 8th. UMass Dartmouth record of 11-9, 8-3 in the Little East, third place in the Little East Conference. 2 wins at home this season. One of them came by 1 point against Springfield for MIT on December 6th. That was the first conference game. Another win at home against Wheaton College on January 24th, 70-66. Most recently, their last win was on the road last Saturday in Newport against Salve Regina, 86-81. Timeout on the floor here, 31-22. MIT leading against Coast Guard with 7:26 left to go in the first half of action. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Sal Lopez today on the broadcast on MITathletics.com. The 106th all-time meeting between MIT and Coast Guard today. A lot of history in this matchup dating back to 1947. MIT leads the all-time series, 61 victories and 44 losses. And historically, MIT has had Coast Guard's number here at the Rockwell Cage. MIT has won 14 straight games against Coast Guard. Last Coast Guard victory here in Cambridge came back in 2009, 66-62. Last year, it came down to a thriller. Spencer Lynn, 3 seconds left to go. Game-winning layup and an and one that he made at the free throw line as he got fouled off of that game-winning layup and won the game for MIT. Deflected, intercepted. It was Doby who got the pass picked off there, who deflected it, and Samuel Chen came up with a steal. Chen on the floor alongside Doby, Wagner, Gogolin, and Lynn. Jumper misfire, tip to the corner. Lynn collects it, takes the three. Lynn, he makes it. Second chance points right there for MIT. Spencer Lynn in the zone, drills another triple. Second made three so far today by Spencer Lynn. He's got 10 right now. Second player to double figures. 12 points by Doby, 10 by Lynn. Coast Guard with 22 on the board as a team between the duo of Lynn and Doby. They got 22 themselves. Floater's good. Inside the key for 2 there by Coast Guard. 10-point lead. MIT just led by their largest margin by 12 a moment ago. Gogolin powers his way down low. No good off the glass, tip to the corner. Coast Guard collects it with Declan Rooney. Impressive start for MIT. Coast Guard's had an excellent season. 12-10 record right now. A big upgrade from 4-21. Finishing in a tie for MIT in last place a year ago in the NUMAC at 2-12 in the conference. Out of bounds, it will stay Bears basketball, 6:03 left to go now in the first half of action. Coast Guard 10-0 leading the bench points at the moment. MIT, though, 12-10 in rebounds. The Engineers came into this game with a -10 rebound margin at the bottom 10 in the nation. And rebound margin this season, out to an excellent start so far today. Free throws have been a major difference. They're 16 for 18 at the charity stripe. Coast Guard with it. Top of the key, Ben Yagi. Shot clock down to 8. Yagi moves it out to his right off to Rooney. Rooney backs his way. Bounce pass off to the perimeter, stole away. Lynn with a steal out to the races here. 2-on-1, right to the rim. Missed the layup, no good. Out of bounds, touched by Doby. Couldn't finish right there on the layup, but impressive start here for MIT. What we've seen so far in this game, there was a lot of contact on the layup, and throughout this game, the officials have blown the whistle constantly with 18 combined foul calls here on the floor, but that one they let go, and right now MIT's got a 10-point lead. We take the timeout on the floor, 34-24 MIT. 5:37 left to go in the first half, as we'll head to the timeout on MITathletics.com. MIT came into this game with just 4 wins this entire season, going up against the Coast Guard team, which has shown major improvement from last season, a record of 12-8 this season for the Bears. And right now, MIT looking to make a deep push towards the NUMAC Conference Tournament. If they can win out and go all the way from last place and 9th in the conference up to 6th for the final spot in the NUMAC Conference quarterfinals. And right now, things looking their way at the moment. 10-point lead. Isaac Doby, 12 points. 10 points by Spencer Lynn. Declan Rooney with 11 for Coast Guard. Doby and Lynn combining for 22. Coast Guard limited to just 24 on the floor. An excellent display of defense so far for MIT as they forced the Coast Guard turnover there. Just 40% by Coast Guard so far today. And that's now personal foul number 11 that they just picked up as a team. Top of the key with Gogolin. Fires the pass, right corner. Lynn catching fire. 3, missed off the mark. Put back, around and out. Doby so close right there for the putback, but couldn't convert in it. 5 minutes left to go before halftime. MIT, young team, but finding a rhythm lately. 2-1 in their previous 3 games after losing streaks of 7 straight losses and 9 straight losses. Improvement they've shown as of late. Inside the key, tough shot, no good off the glass. Battle for the rebound, and a shot clock violation forced there. So off the miss by Jordan Frazier, Coast Guard wasn't able to get it back up and have it touch any part of the rim. And MIT forces the stop, and the Engineers get it back. MIT with just 2 victories this season against opponents with a winning record. The first one came of the season opener against UMass Dartmouth, 88-81 on November the 8th. As we have an offensive foul committed here on the floor, picked up by the Engineers. The other win came against Wheaton College in a home game, 70-66 on January 24th. Wheaton with a record of 11-8, sitting right now in a tie for 4th place in the NUMAC alongside Coast Guard and Emerson. UMass Dartmouth at 3rd place in the Little East at the moment, behind Keene State, ranked in the top 10, and WestCon. Reach and foul picked up, charge to MIT, and this will now put Coast Guard into the double bonus. So 2 free throws here at the lineup coming for Declan Rooney, a 78.6% free throw shooter this season. Rooney had a career-high 26 points against MIT last year. First one's good. In the first meeting, Coast Guard was able to make the majority of their free throws. Coast Guard went 16 for 18 in the first matchup, hosting MIT at the free throw line. MIT struggled, going just 11 for 20. The issues that MIT had in that game against Coast Guard, defense, missing free throws, and rebounds, they have completely fixed and turned it around in this matchup so far. Lynn attacks, kick, corner, Wagner with a 3, and he hits it. Bang, bang for the perimeter. It's good for the 3 ball by Luke Wagner. Great drive and kick there by Spencer Lynn with an assist. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. 37-26 MIT. Putting together one of their best games that they played this entire season. Parks slows it down, takes the 3 over Lynn. Off the front and no good. Rebound secure by Chen. MIT crashing the glass out to an excellent start on the boards as well. Hand off to Doby. Doby the top scorer with 12, off to Lynn. Floats it out to the top of the key to Gogolin. Into the hands now of Chen. Chen towards his left around the perimeter. 15 on the shot clock, working on Parks, the defender. Hand off Doby. Doby jacks up the 3 over Parks. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound secure by Rooney. 3:20 left to go. Rooney, the top scorer with 11 so far today for Coast Guard. Almost lost it at the wing was Yagi. Got it back, dribbled up though. Jumper's good for the 15-footer at the free throw circle. Ben Yagi now up to 6 total points. The number 2 scorer behind Rooney with 11. MIT with it, top of the key. Into the hands now of Wagner. Wagner with a big 3 couple moments ago. Gogolin up fake, drives inside on Brown. Kick, corner, Chen with a 3. Oh, he hits it. Samuel Chen right down the middle, drills the 3 ball. The 3 starting to drop. Trifecta from the perimeter, 6 for 11 from downtown now for the Engineers. Coast Guard just 2 for 9 for the league-leading three-point shooting team in the NUMAC. Off the front rim, no good, missed by Brown. And a loose ball foul picked up as well. Charge the camera, Brown to Coast Guard. 12-point lead for MIT. It is the largest lead of the game right now, and they are looking to extend it here in the first half. An incredible start for the Engineers. Coast Guard out to an excellent season, 7-2 record in the non-conference slate for Coast Guard. First free throw, it's good by Merlin Kogolin here for MIT, 41-28 right now. Coast Guard, record of 12-8 at the moment, is looking for their first winning season since the 2018-2019 season. Coast Guard that year went 16-8. They've had 3 straight seasons with a losing record or around 500. The odd part about Coast Guard, their most recent winning season in 2018-2019, as that comes up short. Rebound control by Chen. That was a year before Coast Guard last went to the NCAA tournament. Coast Guard entered the NCAA tournament in 2020 with a record of 13-14. 14-13. They finished off with a 14-14 overall. They were a Cinderella team in the NUMAC Conference Tournament that year, won the 2020 NUMAC Conference Tournament. Spencer Lynn just scored a layup, largest lead by 16 for MIT. Coast Guard with a 3, splash from the perimeter. It's good by Declan Rooney, as he's got 16. He is sizzling in this game right now. That is now 6 for 7 shooting from the floor by Declan Rooney, single-handedly carrying Coast Guard in this matchup, as he has more than a third of the team's points so far for Coast Guard. Timeout on the floor taken by MIT. 44-31, Coast Guard down by 13 in this matchup. MIT looking strong on the home floor today at the Rockwell Cage. We'll be back in a couple moments on MITathletics.com. Been a different game today from the perimeter. MIT able to find their threes today in their home floor. 6 for 11 at 54.5% right now. Spencer Lynn, Isaac Doby making 2 threes each. 1 3 made by Samuel Chen and Luke Wagner from the corner. Coast Guard came into this game as a strong perimeter shooting team. Number 2 in the NUMAC, shooting 35.6% from three-point range. That is ranked top 75 in the nation. A high-volume team for the perimeter as well, attempting 27 threes per game, making an average of 9.6, which is top 30 in the nation and made threes per game. But right now, Coast Guard just 3 for 11. And outside, Wagner steps into a 3, comes off the rim short. The track down on the rebound, tipped into the front row of the seats. This will be Coast Guard basketball. Great battle right there on the hustle by MIT, but Coast Guard will get the possession. .130 left to go before halftime. 13-point advantage for the Engineers. Looking to pull off an upset today in this game. Driving out to the wing, it goes to Christian Rogers. And MIT commits the foul as they are over the limit. And this will be 2 more free throws coming up at the line for Coast Guard. So Isaac Doby in some deep foul trouble right now. Picks up his 3rd personal foul as he is tied for the team's top scorer alongside Spencer Lynn. Doby right now will stay in the game. This is an MIT team that does not rely upon bench points that often. They do have a lengthy roster for basketball, 20 total players on the roster, but they do rely heavily along their starting 5. And right now they've seen in this game 8 different players playing the rotation so far today. Rogers missed them both at the line. Battle for the basketball as we have a tie up here. And this will go possession arrow MIT. Eleven different players have checked into the game for Coast Guard so far. 1:15 left to go before half. MIT out in front, 13-point advantage. Kogolin slides it off to his left to Doby. Step back 3 in the air, Doby. Oh, we got fouled. Isaac Doby going to shoot 3 coming up with a free throw line as Trevor Parks got him in the landing area. Massive foul call right there. A bad one picked up by Parks, and this will send Isaac Doby to the free throw line, who is perfect. 6 for 6 in this game today at the charity stripe. First one's good. Chance to put his team up by 16 if he makes 2 more of these. Second one he makes. 14 points now for Isaac Doby. 3 personal fouls for him. Will Bland right now on the bench with 3 personal fouls as well. 2 by Lynn, 2 by Wagner. The third one he missed. Foul trouble at the moment for Coast Guard. They have 5 players with 2 fouls between Parent, Brown, Shettles, Frazier, and Farrell. Under 55 seconds left to go before halftime. Towards his right, Vanderweer. Hand off to Rooney. Takes the 3. Makes the 3 from downtown. Declan Rooney single-handedly keeping Coast Guard hanging in this game. He's the game leader with 19. An efficient 7 for 8 shooting as well today by Rooney. Lynn, bounce pass, try to thread the needle. Intercepted by Vanderweer. Up the floor, Rooney. At the top. Thought about the 3, makes the pass outside. Rooney tries again, takes it. Off the back rim, no good. Colliding here for the board, and MIT able to corral it with Luke Wagner at the baseline who got it. They can hold it here for the final shot before halftime. 10 seconds left to go. And Coast Guard, away from the basketball, picks up a foul with 9.6, and MIT will shoot 2 at the line. So recently there's been a couple of really difficult foul calls picked up by Coast Guard in this game. They just haven't kept their composure since the first whistle. Wondering about all these foul calls today on the floor. First one is good at the free throw line by Doby. Up to 15 points now, the top scorer. Doby now with his 5th straight game in double figures. He's got 5 games this season with at least 20. 5 games making at least 3 threes as well. Hits the next one by Doby. 14-point lead. 4 seconds left to go before halftime. Rogers underneath. Turned the corner, bumped into by Gagolin, and Gagolin picks up the foul. A very, very choppy first half of action here inside the Rockwell cages. We have had numerous fouls throughout this game. 15 of those by Coast Guard in the first half. Luckily for Coast Guard, they are a deep team, and that the foul trouble has been distributed between multiple players in the lineup. 6 different players with 2 personal fouls, and then 3 with 1 right now for Coast Guard. So luckily for Coast Guard, it's not significantly packed on 1 key player or 2 key players. It's spread around the lineup, whereas MIT, it's more packed on different players. MIT with a rebound. Full court shot, it's up. Well off the mark. We'll close out going to halftime. 48-35 MIT. What a start here, the first half of action for the Engineers, with a record of 4-17 this season. Look at he's played the most minutes out of anybody. 19 points in 19 minutes because he only has 1 personal foul. And then for MIT, they have 2 players in double figures. 16 by Isaac Doby, 12 by Spencer Lynn. Doby with 3 personal fouls, Lynn with 2. Right now as we start off the second half of action. Coast Guard right to left on the floor, orange uniforms, white numbers, or white letters, blue numbers for this matchup for Coast Guard. MIT with the home uniforms with the white jerseys, maroon numbers, maroon letters. Coast Guard with a possession. Shot clock's down to 8. Out to the wing, Trevor Parks takes the 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound control by Lynn. Coast Guard just not finding their shot from the perimeter so far in this game. They average 9.6 3-point makes per game. First in the NUMAC, 29th in the nation. Also shooting 35.6% from the perimeter. Number 2 team in the conference in 3-point shooting. Top 75 in the nation, but they've just yet to find the 3 tonight. They're only 4 for 14 from the perimeter as Coast Guard picked up a quick loose ball foul there. Cameron Brown assessed on his 2nd personal foul of the game. MIT gets the inbound. Bland lobs it off to Gagolin. Here's a jumper straight away. Off the back rim, no good by Lynn. Players tangled up inside, and Coast Guard commits it. That is now back-to-back personal fouls by Cameron Brown. 2 quick fouls in the first 42 seconds right now. Cameron Brown wondering about the call. Has to go back to the bench. Substitutes out. So now he's in deep foul trouble. Will be sitting on the bench for quite a while as MIT gets to inbounds. Lynn sends it off to Doby. Top scorer with 16 for MIT. Outside Gogolin. At the right wing perimeter. Puts the ball into the hands to Bland. Will Bland looks to turn the corner. Bland at the free throw circle. Drives inside the paint with a left hand. No good. Off the hands of Gogolin. And Coast Guard collects the rebounds. Up the floor, Shettles. Kick out, corner. 3 on its way. They got it. Elijah Parent takes it, and he makes it from the perimeter. Here comes Coast Guard. 10-point game right now. If they can pick up their threes, which they're now 5 for 15 from the perimeter, then they have a chance of making this a comeback game. Currently, MIT. Excellent start from 3 in this game at 50% in the first half. 6 for 12. Bland. Edge of the midcourt logo, dribbles up off the screen, set by Gogolin. Bland attacks inside the paint, over the rim. Putback chance, no good. Missed off the mark by Doby. Coast Guard pushing it up the floor. Parks outside, back to Parks. Takes it from the corner. Off the mark, no good. A rebound pulled down by Lynn. A couple great rebounds lately by MIT, and they miscommunicate around the perimeter. Will Bland threw it behind Spencer Lynn out of transition as Lynn was going to the hoop there, and Bland didn't have the pass that could lead him there as he went behind. And it is an MIT turnover. Timeout on the floor right now, 48-38. As MIT will take the timeout, and they'll look to see if they can recollect their team and recollect their offense coming up. Coast Guard draws win at 10. We have the timeout on the floor, 18:06 left to go in the second half of action here. We'll be back in a couple moments on MITathletics.com. MIT looking to pull off the upset victory right now, sitting at the bottom of the NUMAC. Record of 3-9 in the conference, 2-9 on their home floor this season, and last place in the conference. Coast Guard gets the basketball as we come back from the timeout. Only 2 victories against opponents with a winning record this season for MIT. First one came in the opener at UMass Dartmouth, 88-81. The other win came at home against Wheaton College, 70-66. They got 2 other victories coming against opponents with losing records. Against Springfield by 1 in the conference opener, 72-71. On the road last Saturday, 86-81 at Salve Regina. MIT with the ball right back. Lynn turns the corner, takes the jumper, 15-footer off the back rim, no good. Rebound control by Farrell. Coast Guard 12-8 record, a massive improvement from last season where they had a record of just 4-21 and a tie for last with MIT at 2-12 in the conference. Nice find down low. There's a layup made by Luke Farrell for Coast Guard. 8-point game right now. Coast Guard making their adjustments coming out here in the second half. 3 games have gone final today in NUMAC conference action. Babson won against Springfield 67-44. Clark won against Emerson 87-62, and Wheaton won against Salve Regina 65-48. It's another bucket made there by Coast Guard by Luke Farrell. Back-to-back at the rim, making this interesting right now. 6-point game. Inside the paint, floats up the shot, draws the contact and the foul. And Isaac Doby will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Trevor Parks picks up his second personal foul. Isaac Doby having an excellent season in his first year from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, leading the team, averaging 13.4 points per game. Today he's been excellent at the free throw line, and the first one he buries here. 17 now by Doby, the top scorer for the Engineers. That's now on an efficient 11 for 12 at the charity stripe. Could have a double-double before this is over. He leads the team with 9 rebounds.
Doby with 2 free throws.
Doby looking for his first collegiate double-double today. as he's up to 18 points right now, 9 boards. 5th straight game in double figures. He's got 5 games with at least 20 as he's knocking on the doorstep. Would just need another basket. Rooney at the top of the key, guarded by Lin. Dribbles towards his right at the right corner. Rooney across the court. They'll take a 3 at the wing. Shettles, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. That's his shot. Just couldn't make it. 44.8% from the perimeter. Number 2 at sharpshooter in the NUMAC from 3-point range this season. The lob down low, has position, good to the go. It's good for 2 by Isaac Doby. He's got 20. Once again for Doby, the top scorer. It's a 6th game this season by Doby with 20 plus. 2 shots coming up now at the line with Elijah Parent, as he's able to drive and draw the shooting foul picked up by Gogolin. Parent in his sophomore season from Bristol, Connecticut. First one's good. That's his first free throw attempt today of this game by Elijah Parent. He's up to 4 points now today. It's been Declan Rooney who's single-handedly keeping Coast Guard in at 19 points. The team leader, Isaac Doby, with 20. Right now, the game leader for MIT. 8-point game. Far side of the floor, Wagner got trapped. A dangerous area to be, but able to get it off to Chendo. Hand off to Lin, top of the key. Lobs it off to Gogolin. Dribbles towards his right, hand off Chen. Towards his left at the top, guarded by Parks. Slides it off to Doby. Doby takes the 3 from the corner. He drills it. Isaac Doby in the zone. He takes it. He makes it. They're going to call it a deep 2. One of his feet was on the 3-point line. 22 by Doby. Splash right back. It's a 3 made by Coast Guard Mitch Shettles from downtown. 7-point game right now. If Mitch Shettles can start to heat up, this could very well turn into the favor of Coast Guard in this matchup. As MIT picks up the offensive foul set up by Merlin Gogolin, and he's in deep foul trouble with 4. The key for Coast Guard here is that they got 1 player in deep foul trouble with 4 personal fouls. That is Cameron Brown. Jordan Frazier with 3, and then 2 between the quad of players are Trevor Parks, Elijah Parent, Mitch Shettles, and Luke Farrell, all with 2 personal fouls. MIT with some significant foul trouble right now, as they have not as deep of a lineup compared to Coast Guard. 4th personal foul just a moment ago by their top front court player, Merlin Gogolin, with 4, as they'll have to go small for quite a while. They have Mike Ewing, who checked into the game for his first time today. Number 15's out there right now at 6'6". 2 fouls committed by MIT in the second half, 3 by Coast Guard right now, as we have a little bit of a delay here. Just now Coast Guard will get the basketball, but Gogolin in deep foul trouble with 4. 3 personal fouls by Bland and Doby. Doby's the top scorer with 22. So Coast Guard down by 7, chance to see if they can cut it here. Approaching 15 minutes left to go. At the wing with Rooney. Rooney carrying his team with 19. Shettles dumps it down low, deflected, and MIT had it on a bounce by Wagner. Either way, it was kicked by MIT in the middle, but this will stay Coast Guard basketball. Luke Wagner was out of bounds when he touched the ball. Inbound goes to Shettles. Shettles drives inside the paint. Shettles with the right hand. Scoop score up and in off the backboard. It's a 5-point game right now after being down as many by 16 for Coast Guard. Just changes everything when Gogolin's not on the floor right now. They're going to have to see if they can get points otherwise and get defense otherwise inside the interior. Doby turns the corner, drives, floats up the runner off the back rim, drops down for 2. Isaac Doby with 24 gets another basket. Rooney slows down tempo. 14-20 left to go remaining, as Coast Guard trails by 7 on the road at MIT here in the Rockwell Cage. At the corner, Parent bounce pass down low. And we have a foul picked up, charged to MIT. That's now number 3 as a team for the Engineers. This will be an inbound coming up. That's Luke Wagner. Now he's in some deep foul trouble, picks up his 3rd personal foul. Bounce pass down low, position underneath Parks off the up fake. Parks too easy, point blank range. He scores up and in off the backboard. Last year, deja vu all over again. Coast Guard trailing by double digits, came back, Late game, though, MIT able to come back and win it because of number 1, Spencer Lin. Lin couldn't finish in the layup there. He made the and one with 3 seconds left to go for the game winner 1 year ago inside the Rockwell cage. Missed jumper short by Parent. 5-point advantage for MIT. Going to be a battle to the finish in this game today. MIT looking to make a push towards the top 6 of the NEWMAC conference standings. They're still very well in it. Corner 3 in the air. Lin. He drills it. Spencer Lin from the corner connects on it. It's an 8-point MIT lead. Rooney, top of the key. He's got 19. Fires it out left wing. Parks back over to Rooney. Parks at the corner. Takes the 3. Off the rim, no good. Wagner collects the defensive rebound. Approaching 13 minutes left to go. MIT 1-8 in the non-conference slate. So far in NEWMAC conference play this season, a record of 3-9. In last place in the NEWMAC, the lob down low. Knocked down hard is Dobie. He's out of the play right now. 5-4 up the floor. Rooney missed the 3, rim short. Offensive rebound underneath Shettles. Shettles down low. Gets the bucket. Put back off the second. Chance opportunity there for Mitch Shettles. Cuts it back to 6. Spencer Lin dribbles up. A nice find down low. Off the up fake. Draws the foul. And 2 shots coming up here by Mike Ewing at the free throw line for MIT. Good up fake right there to get a defender to bite. Going up for the shot block and then gut him on the up fake. Isaac Dobie and Spencer Lin combining for 39 out of the 59 so far today. First free throw is no good. Missed around the rim and out by Ewing. MIT with a massive game today at the free throw line. 24 for 27. They've also shot the ball well from 3. 50% even. 7 for 14 from the perimeter. Coast Guard averaging around 27 3-point attempts per game. Most frequent 3-point shooting team in the conference. They're averaging over 9 makes per game. Right now today they're 6 for 20 at 30% from the perimeter, below their season average of 35.6. Knocked out of bounds, touched by Dobie. But what a difference a month makes between the last time these two opponents faced up against each other. Coast Guard smashed MIT 109-84 out in New London on January the 9th. The issues in that game for MIT were missed free throws. 11 for 20 at the charity stripe that game. They were minus 13 in the glass, 38-25. And also allowed Coast Guard to shoot the ball 15 for 28 from 3. That's too easy. Off the inbound, that's as easy as it can get for Coast Guard. Bryce Vanderweer scores the wide open basket. Lin pressured, and a reach and foul picked up. Charge the Coast Guard here. Coast Guard right now leads points in the paint. 18-10. It's MIT who's +7 on the rebounds. And why is that beneficial? Because MIT all this season has been struggling on the glass with a -10 rebound margin this season. The back 15 in the nation. Skip past the corner. Lin. Oh, he hits it. Bang, bang from the perimeter. Spencer Lin rips it through for the 3 ball. 7-point lead for MIT. Here's a 3 taken right back by Coast Guard. Missed off the rim, no good. Ripped away in the boards by Spencer Lin. Lin taking over the game. Bounce pass right ahead. And the layup's good by Isaac Dobie. Those two have been massive today. Dobie with 26, Lin with 18. And a foul call picked up by MIT. Did that duo come to play today between Dobie and Lin? Both of them balling today on the floor. Balling out in this game. Bounce pass wide open. Once again, Vanderweer back-to-back baskets. Open on the inbound to draw within 7. Coast Guard keeps on hanging in. 6 for 10 shooting by Dobie on 12 for 13 at the free throw line. Wagner in the corner. Lin 6 for 12 shooting. He is 4 for 6 from the perimeter. Crossover. Chen dribbles inside. Chen. Low block outside finds Lin. Looking for his 5th 3. At the wing. Lin. Hand off to the top. Chen takes it. And he makes it. Samuel Chen puts it down the middle as it hits bottom. MIT 9 for 16 from the perimeter. Mitch Shettles scores for 2 down low. 8-point game right now. The threes are coming for MIT in this matchup, and they are dropping. Lynn flings it off to the roller. No good, though, in the reception there. That's a turnover. In and out of the hands of Ewing. Up the floor. And the bucket made in transition by Ben Yagi. So a swing there in the game right now is... That was a good roll down by Mike Ewing, but couldn't squeeze it off the pick and roll and back to a 6-point game. 10-15 left to go in the second half of action. Jab step, Lynn, crossover, dribbles, drives right down the lane inside and draws the blocking foul. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here for Spencer Lynn, the junior guard from Menlo Park, California. Lynn's been sensational today. 50% shooting, 4 for 6 from the outside, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Isaac Doby recently picking up rebound number 10. It's his first collegiate double-double for Doby. Those two have been on point today. First free throw is good. Lynn with a career-high 27 against UMass Dartmouth back in 2022. His season high also was against UMass Dartmouth in the opener on November 8th with 23 points. Today he's up to 20 as he makes both of the free throws. 46 out of the 69 combined between Isaac Doby and Spencer Lynn. Down low with Frazier. Frazier over Lynn, gutted a bounce. Good for 2. So Coast Guard getting urgency offensively, only down by 2 possessions, trailing by 6 at the moment. Lynn, top of the key, making 4 threes, sends it off to Wagner. Wagner back outside to Lynn. Lynn, crossover, dribbles up, swings it out to the wing. Doby, 26, the game leader, slices defenders, no good. Due to contact, though, in the foul. Late whistle by the referees here. Good jump stop, able to slice between 2 defenders inside. And this will be 2 more shots coming up at the free throw line by Isaac Doby. Really been able to get momentum this season by Doby. Career high 37 against Clark on January 13th. 27 points against Springfield on January 20th. He has been excellent when it comes to Saturday games recently, as we see those numbers. 37 against Clark on the 13th of January on a Saturday afternoon, and then a week later, 27 against Springfield on 12 for 13 at the free throw line. He makes them both, and he is up to now 14 for 15 on free throws for Doby with 28 in this game. Oh, that's good. Mitch Shettles takes it from distance, and he connects on it. Mitch Shettles, he can get hot at any moment from 3-point range. He is just under 45% from the perimeter. Lob down low underneath Doby. Doby up and through. It is good for 2. Have yourself a game by Isaac Doby with 30. Downhill Shettles to the rim, gets the layup. 5-point game, under 9 minutes left to go down the home stretch. MIT record of 4-5 this season in single-digit games as Doby gets fouled. Going up on a jump shot, Coast Guard wondering about the foul call. And this will be 2 more free throws by Isaac Doby as he is having an incredible game. Making free throws on multiple occasions. A 30-burger by Doby with a career-high 10 rebounds, his first collegiate double-double at 31 minutes on 14 for 15 shooting from the floor. Spencer Lynn and Isaac Doby combining for 50 out of the 73 for MIT. So in single-digit games this season, MIT record of 4-5 in games determined by single digits. The wins coming against UMass Dartmouth, 88-81 in the season opener. They won at home in the conference opener against Springfield, 72-71. Won against Wheaton College in January as well, 70-66. And then last Saturday, they won against Salve Regina on the road in Newport, 86-81. The losses by single digits have come against Rhode Island College by 9. They lost against number 21 ranked Tufts by 9. Also lost against Fitchburg State by 3. Lost against Babson by 7. Lost against Emerson by 3. Young team for MIT, 9 first-year players out of 20. If they're able to swing more of those close-digit losses into wins, then they be in position to be in position in the NEWMAC Conference Tournament. Right to the rim. It's good for 2, plus the foul by Merlin Gagolin. 7-point lead for MIT. For a young team, this is a building block for them as they are 2-1 in their previous 3 after losing streaks of 7 straight losses and 9 straight losses at one point this season. They get a bright future to count on for the Engineers for the future to come and beyond. Missed free throw, no good by Gagolin. He's up to double digits with 11 though. As we have a foul here down low picked up by the Engineers. If that's on Gagolin, that's number 5. Him and Luke Wagner both have 4, and now Wagner just picked up his 5th. So that is indeed on Luke Wagner. He is done for the remaining part of this game as he has just fouled out. Will Bland comes back into the game for MIT, and this is an MIT team that has struggled with depth this season. They're coming off a game where they lost against Babson on Wednesday where they scored just 4 total bench points. Coast Guard from the bench outnumbered Clark in their best victory this season. And that was 39-16 in bench points in favor of Coast Guard. They picked up their first ranked win of the season against Clark, who's receiving 2 votes this week in the D3 men's basketball.com poll at number 46 in the nation. 5-point game, under 8.5 left to go. Coast Guard this season with a record of 7-2 in single-digit games. They just had a knack to win these close games this season for the Bears. Shot clock down to 6. Gagolin with 4 still playing. Kick out to the corner, out of bounds. His pass went wide to Spencer Lynn, and Coast Guard with a chance to put it back to 1 possession. Coast Guard has trailed this entire game. MIT has held the lead for 32 minutes so far today. This entire game, largest lead by 16 for the Engineers, 44-28 at 1 point. Farrell. Dish out to the top. Here's a 3. Top of the key. Missed off the mark. No good. Lynn comes up with a rebound. Lynn up the floor quickly. And the outside Dobie puts the ball into the hands of Bland. Bland will slow it down. Bland on the floor with Lynn, Dobie, Gagolin, and also Chen. Corner 3 in the air. Dobie. Oh, he hits it. Bang, bang, baby. Isaac Dobie in the zone, in the groove today. Takes it, and he makes it from the corner. 33 by Dobie. His career high, just shy, is 37 against Clark, and Coast Guard throws it away. Timeout on the floor taken by Kevin Jaskowitz at Coast Guard. Isaac Dobie just keeps on coming back. When Coast Guard makes a push in this game, Dobie, big shot after big shot, nothing but net. Time and time again, he is 8 for 12 shooting from the floor, 3 for 5 from the perimeter, 14 for 15 at the free throw line by Dobie with 10 rebounds, his first collegiate double-double. Dobie, only in his first season from Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, his 6th game with at least 20 points, 2nd game this season with 30-plus. Timeout on the floor, 7:22 left to go. MIT leads by 8. In the battle for the finish for this one, we'll be back in a couple moments on MITathletics.com. Amazing game by Isaac Dobie today. 2nd highest point performance so far this season. 33 points, 8 for 12 shooting. 3 for 5 from 3-point range on 14 for 15 at the free throw line, and 10 rebounds. His first collegiate double-double. He has scored a point a minute so far today. 33 points in 33 minutes. Him and Spencer Lynn combining for 53 out of the 78 for MIT. Merlin Gagolin has 11. Spencer Lynn with 20. On 6 for 12 shooting, 4 for 6 from 3-point range. Quick update in the foul trouble. Luke Wagner has fouled out for MIT. MIT has gone with 9 different players today. 4 personal fouls by Merlin Gagolin with 11 points. 3 fouls each by Will Bland and Isaac Dobie. So we are back to action. MIT with a possession with Will Bland as the ball handler now. Coast Guard with some deep foul trouble. 2 players with 4 personal fouls. Soaring at the rim. Gagolin gets the layup. Still being aggressive with 4 personal fouls. Got 11 right now. He's got 13 by Gagolin. 4 points each, 4 personal fouls each by Cameron Brown and also Jordan Frazier. Intercepted by Lynn. MIT will slow it down. Under 7 minutes left to go. And for the Engineers, looking to see if they can control tempo and win the basketball. Targeted over 12 times today as the Engineers get fouled here. 8 turnovers by Coast Guard in this matchup. Bench points in favor of Coast Guard, 25-9 right now. But MIT, the 3s outweighing the 2s in this matchup. It's been a difference maker. Coast Guard 30-16 points in the paint. MIT 10 for 17 from 3, 58.8% from the perimeter. And also free throws counting when it matters the most. 28 for 35, above 81% right now at the free throw line. They did miss the first one there by Merlin Gagolin for MIT. 76.6% free throw shooter this season. Tonight, he's 70%, 7 for 10. Second free throw, no good. They're going to replay it, though. Lane violation here, charged to Coast Guard. So they will reshoot the free throw with MIT up by 10. Largest lead, MIT by 16 at one point in the first half, 44-28. MIT went into halftime leading by 13, 48-35. Free throw number 2 is good. 11-point advantage. Coast Guard a couple minutes ago was trailing by just 5. Now MIT going on a run. Coast Guard on the scoring drought as of recently. Shettles floats at the runner, altered by Gagolin. Offensive rebound chance, no good off the glass. Farrell, second chance, no good once again. He gets fouled though. So 2 shots coming up here at the line by Luke Farrell for Coast Guard. 77.4% free throw shooter. That's on Doby. That's his 4th personal foul, so he is the top scorer. And he will have to be careful. He's still got 6:21 left to go. And usually the final 2 minutes of these games feels like an eternity how long it takes, especially if you're in a close game. And right now, foul trouble could very well dictate this game if Coast Guard does come back, because MIT does need to find other scoring answers other than Doby and Lynn. Right now, luckily, Lynn's only got 2 personal fouls. Lynn at the free throw circle. Pass off the roll down. Inside. Missed it. Inside the paint there by Gagolin. Made it more difficult than what it should have been. Went for a double clutch when he should have just either slam dunked it or laid it up. Bland. Under 6 minutes left to go. Bland outside over to Doby. Doby turns the corner. Jumper to elbow. Gets fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line. Yeah, that would have given MIT the 2 by Gagolin, but actually, if Isaac Doby makes both of these free throws, that possession is worthwhile because you match what you had, plus you had the shot clock reset and get the basketball. More time went off the clock. First one's good right there. So, missing a shot wide open could have a benefit for MIT because they were able to get it back. The second one, no good. Battle for the rebound as we get a tie-up here. Possession error, MIT. MIT will get the basketball back. That's huge. Gagolin forcing the tie-up. And now they can see if they can still get some more points out of this. 12-point lead. They have a chance to push it even further. Largest lead was 16 in the first half. Doby, 34 points leading scorer. Into the hands to Bland. Bland's got 5 today. Over to Chen. Bounce pass top of the key. Shot clock's down to 8. Clock's winding down. Gagolin inside the key. Dish out. Over to Chen. Weaves his way. Bounce pass underneath. Got it. And one at the free throw line by Merlin Gagolin as he scores the bucket. Massive right there for MIT. 14-point lead plus the free throw. That did benefit the Engineers. That whole sequence. Gagolin missing the wide open bucket. Got the rebounds. Shot clock wound down. MIT went to the free throw line with Doby. Made 1 out of 2. Gagolin forced a tie-up. It was possession error MIT. And then after all of that, it was 2 points there with a layup. Nifty move. Couldn't finish, though. Missing an open layup on the other side by Jordan Frazier for Coast Guard. This would go down as the best victory all season for MIT, and they are still very well in the NUMAC tournament picture hunt right now. Springfield lost today against Babson 67-44, so MIT with a victory would move up in the conference standings and would have the same amount of wins as Springfield. MIT 3-9 conference record. Springfield right now 4-8 at the moment. Salve Regina also lost today against Wheaton, so Salve Regina would drop back for a tie for last with MIT at 4-9 in conference play. MIT here with a foul. 4:44 left to go. So very well, MIT is the last place team currently in the NUMAC, but since it's tight in there between the mid-pack and the NUMAC, and the tie for fourth place, Coast Guard, Wheaton, and Emerson all at 5-6. Springfield at 4-7 entering today. Salve Regina was 4-8, and then MIT is 3-9. I mean, MIT mathematically isn't out of the picture just yet. NUMAC Conference Tournament will start up on Tuesday, February 20th. MIT with 3 games remaining after tonight on the schedule. Top 6 out of 9 teams advance in the NUMAC Conference Tournament. Declan Rooney at the free throw line will shoot 2. We're off the and one. He got it. Bucket before that scored. 84-73 right now in the final 4:40 remaining. MIT 0-3 record against conference opponents remaining upcoming in the schedule. Losses previously to Emerson, WPI, and Clark. They got Emerson coming up next in the road game in Boston on Wednesday. Emerson, the record of 9-12 this season at 5-7 in the NUMAC as they lost against Clark today. Bland straight away. Missed off the glass, no good. A rebound secured by Cameron Brown. Next Saturday, MIT will be hosting Wheaton College. Wheaton, record of 11. Next Saturday, they'll be hosting WPI, the number 29 ranked team in the nation. It's Coast Guard next Saturday, which will be hosting Wheaton. Fallaway Parks splashes it. Another 4 minutes left to go. Things getting interesting right now. 9-point game currently. Double team trapped. Got to get it past the 10-second marker. That's a turnover. 10-second violation there by MIT. Couldn't cross the midcourt logo in time. And Coast Guard with another chance here to chip into the MIT lead. The full court pressure worked out in the favor there for Coast Guard now. If Coast Guard started off this game with full court pressure, they could very well have the opportunity to complete a comeback in this game because MIT has struggled this season, turning over the basketball, seeing pressure on the floor. Outside around the perimeter. Coast Guard jacks up a 3, comes up short. It's an air ball out of bounds by Jordan Frazier. This will be a terrific victory for a very young MIT squad. MIT still in a rebuilding mode for their program. 13-12 record 2 seasons ago during the 2021-22 season, but after that season, they lost their entire starting 5 in the offseason. Last season, they went 4-19 for MIT. It was their worst record since the 1996-1997 season, where they posted a 3-22 record. They had a whole new starting 5 last season. And then right now, they have a record of 4-17. And a couple of their key players are missing this season. 2 key players have yet to play this season for MIT. Rome Delgado Gonzalez, he is listed on the roster. He was last season's NUMAC Rookie of the Year, the number 4 scorer in the conference for MIT. He has yet to play this season. Same as Cade Colleen, who started over 15 games last season. He was the number 2 scorer, averaging 14.2 points per game. So, without those 2 guys in the lineup, which they hope to have back next season for MIT, things could look much, much brighter. At the free throw line for the Engineers, first one is good by Landon Dalvin. Scores his first point today, the sophomore guard from Westfield, Indiana. Second free throw, got the bounce. 11-point lead, 3.5 left to go. If MIT comes out victorious in this game, barring a miracle, you're going to look at follow shots, free throw makes being a big key today for the Engineers, capitalizing on the majority. Cameron Brown is now out of the game. He just picked up his 5th personal foul on the loose ball foul there, so he is done the remaining part of this game for Cameron Brown. Isaac Doby, as well for MIT, is out for the remaining part of this game because of 5 they picked up previously. So he finished with 34 points, 11 rebounds on 15 for 17 from the floor, 8 for 12 shooting. Luke Wagner fouled out a long time ago, and Merlin Gagolin missed the first one here at the line. He's got 4 personal fouls. Second one's good. 12-point advantage, 3:20 left to go. Just been a game of attrition today between these two teams with multiple free throws. MIT right now is 31 for 40 at the free throw line at 77.5%. Shettles turns the corner. His pass goes out of bounds. Mitch Shettles is having an off game today. He's got 14 points with a second half surge, but that was well off the mark of that pass out of bounds there. Now Will Bland inbounds it off to Gagolin. Coast Guard showing pressure. They forced the backcourt, midcourt violation for a 10-second a couple moments ago, and now we have a kicked ball violation here. So down to 3 minutes left. '87 by MIT. They've been in multiple shootout games this victory for the Engineers. It's just winning those has been the issue. Gagolin gets it in the backcourts. Baseline dribble. Lin to the cup. Lin gets fouled. And he'll shoot 2 coming up here. .75 currently on the board for Coast Guard. And MIT, they've allowed 16 opponents to score at least 80 this season for their defense. But this time around, their offense has been super efficient and having an incredible game from 3 at 10 for 18 from the perimeter. 2 shots by Lin. First one's up, first one's good. .21 now by Lin. Second one's good. Under 2:50 left to go. Coast Guard down by 14 currently. Shettles, fall away. Tough shot, no good from 3. Rebound controlled by Dalvin. And Dalvin onto the pack gets fouled. And back to the double bonus will go MIT right now. So 2:39 left. 2 more free throws coming up at the line for the Engineers. This will send back to the line Landon Dalvin, the sophomore guard from Westfield, Indiana, career high 11 points last season against Emerson. First free throw he makes. There's been a clinic today at the free throw line for MIT. Like, you never see the number 40 plus for free throw attempts. You must be doing something in this game. That happens to be attacking. Right from the start of this game for MIT, that they've shot the ball over 40 free throw attempts currently today for MIT. And MIT leading the glass 35-28. That's been a big key of emphasis this season, is being much better in the rebound column. Coast Guard lost at turnover. MIT with numbers up the floor, ahead of the pack. Spencer Lin scores the layup. 18-point lead for the Engineers, basically to put an exclamation point on this one today, dropping down 93 on the board for MIT. Missed 3 by Parks there. And now the Engineers will think about victory, will slow down the basketball, and Coast Guard will just give a foul down by 18 with 2:02 left. Mitch Shettles picks up his 4th personal foul in a game that we have seen 52 combined personal fouls right now. MIT will have 2 shots here at the free throw line. Cash money in the first one by Will Bland at the charity stripe. That's their 38th free throw make today. 38 out of their 94 points coming at the free throw line. This is unheard of. They're shooting almost 80% at the free throw line. Second one's good. They're making over 40% of their points at free throws in this game. So 40% plus have come today at the free throw line for MIT. They've barely got much for points in the paint. 32-22 points in the paint in favor of Coast Guard. Largest lead by 20. 39 for 49 on free throws right now for MIT. 72 out of the 95 coming between either the 3-ball or at the free throw line as Bland missed the shot off the front rim. 1.5 left to go. Statement game today for MIT as they will pick up their 5th victory of the season, and mathematically they are still in it for a postseason bid for the top 6 in the NEWMAC Conference tournaments. Their best win all season long as well, coming today in their home floor against Coast Guard. Coast Guard came into today with a record of 12-8 this season. MIT entered this matchup with a record of 4-17. As Yagi scores the bucket, we're down to 104 left to go. Sal Lopez today on the call on MITathletics.com. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in today. MIT with a bright future with their program ahead. 9 first-year players in the lineup. They were missing 2 key players who's yet to play this season between Delgado Gonzalez and Cade Colleen. But MIT today finding a way, and they're 3-1 now in their previous 4 games. Looking to make a late surge with some help from other teams in the conference to see if they can get the number 6 seed in the NEWMAC Conference tournaments. NEWMAC Conference tournament will start on Tuesday, February 20th. Top 6 out of 9 teams in the conference qualify. MIT, next game, they're on the road at Emerson, 7 p.m. in Boston. Emerson coming off a loss today against Clark. Final score there was 87-62. Coast Guard will enter their next matchup at home in New London, hosting Springfield. Springfield coming off a loss as well today, 67-44 at Babson. So right now, MIT with the same amount of conference victories as Salve Regina and Springfield at the moment, right behind Emerson in the conference as well. Kick out to the corner, Lin with a 3. Off the mark, no good. Tipped up Chen. Offensive rebound, Chen up, no good. Tipped around, Coast Guard comes down with it in the final 40 seconds left to go. Up the floor, Coast Guard, easy layup. It is made by Ben Yagi. A phenomenal victory today for MIT, though. A young team can use this as a building block throughout the rest of the season and get them propelled into not only the rest of this season, but taken into next season as well and beyond. An impressive showing today at the Rockwell Cage, and free throws, a major difference maker. 1 month ago, MIT went 11 for 20 at the free throw line against Coast Guard in a 109-84 loss in New London. Today, they limit Coast Guard to 79. MIT drops down 95 in this game. And they'll have a chance to put even more on the scoreboard right here. 2 shots. First one's good. It's been a clinic today at the free throw line. 40th made free throw. They've scored over 40% of their points at the free throw line. This is unheard of. Second one's good. They're 41 for 51 at the free throw line as that is Samuel Chen who makes both of them. 15 seconds. This win could really go a long way and help a young squad like MIT propel their team for the future. Coast Guard will shoot free throws coming up. 2 shots in the final 11 seconds. .41 for 51 at the free throw line. 15 for 17 was Isaac Doby, who scored his second highest career total with 34 points on 3 for 5 from 3, 8 for 12 from the floor, 15 for 17 at the charity stripe, picking up his first collegiate double-double with 11 rebounds today. He scored almost a point a minute, 34 points in 35 minutes by Isaac Doby as Coast Guard will burn a timeout. 11 seconds left to go. Spencer Lin and Isaac Doby, sensational today, as they combine for 58 points out of the 97 total between Doby and Lin. Gagolin with 17. That totaled out to be 75 out of the 97. 77 points between a trio today of Doby, Lin, and Gagolin. What a game for MIT. The 3 ball was dropping left and right, 10 for 19 from 3. plus 9 in the defensive rebounds, 30-21, plus 7 on the total rebounds, 37-30. Some keys of emphasis this season for MIT happen to be the rebound totals, as they're only averaging around 33.5 rebounds per game defensively this season. And today they came to play despite a minus 10 rebound margin all this season for the Engineers, as they put up a season-high point total of 97 on the board today for MIT, surpassing their season opener, which they scored 88 against UMass Dartmouth on November 8th in an 88-81 victory. 11 seconds left to go. MIT inbounds it. Pressure in the backcourt here. Coast Guard still playing, and MIT will burn the timeout in the final 5.3 seconds. Isaac Doby was excellent today. Just attacked downhill constantly on the Coast Guard defense. And he earned his way to the charity stripe. 15 for 17 at the free throw line. Spencer Lind was a perfect 6 for 6 on free throws. Merlin Gagolin went 9 for 14 at the line. Will Bland went 5 for 6. 4 for 4 by Landon Dalvin, and then 2 for 2 by Samuel Chen in this game. .3 seconds left to go. And MIT will improve to a record of 5-17 this season. Coast Guard will drop to a 12-9 this season. MIT will be just one game below Coast Guard now in the conference standings. MIT at 4-9 in the NUMAC. Coast Guard drops to 5-7 right now in the conference standings. And they could really use this as a building block towards the rest of the season and see if they can make a deep push into the postseason. MIT out on top today in their home floor. They pick up their best victory this season as this game goes final. 97-81 for the home team here inside the Rockwell Cage in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Isaac Doby, 34 points, his second highest point total of his career. 24 by Spencer Lynn today, as that is a new season high by Lynn. Merlin Gagolin with 17. They combined between 75 points out of the 97 between the trio of Doby, Lynn, and Gagolin. And MIT scored more than 40% of their points today at the free throw line. An insane 41 out of 51 at the free throw line.